Hello, this is Grant Swallows, the Director of Schools in Warren County. I'm going to try to give you an update about where we are in our school system and try to be transparent about where we are and talk to you a little bit about our path forward and our reasoning behind the way we're doing things in the Warren County school system. First of all, let me say that we are updating our numbers every Monday and Thursday and publishing those on our social media, particularly on Twitter, and then that social media post will go to our school website, warrenschools.com, so everyone would have access. So you should look on Mondays and Thursdays if you are interested in knowing kind of where we are as a school system in relation to students and staff in isolation and quarantine. Let's define those things again. I'm sure you're probably getting tired of hearing this, but at the same time, I feel like it's important. Isolation is a positive test. So if a student or a staff member is isolated, that means that there is a positive test there. If they are in quarantine, that means they have simply been exposed to the virus in some form or fashion. That could be being within someone that's positive within 6 feet for 15 minutes or more. That would be the reason that you or a student or a staff member would have to be quarantined. We are simply following the recommendation of the Tennessee Department of Health there. There is a document related around that I can show you on your screen that I think is a great explanation of what that means. And I'm not going to walk through it completely, but you can go to the Tennessee Department of Health's website, download this document, and take a look at it for yourself. I do want to update again, and I'll throw these up on the screen, our health reports that we're putting out on Mondays and Thursdays. We began that practice late in October, and on October the 28th, we had about 20 students that were isolated. We had about 354 students that were quarantined. Again, we knew that quarantine number was going to go up when we went back to the more traditional method of instruction. But understand, as you can see on your screen, as of October the 28th, there was only about 0.3% of our students that were isolated. And then only 5.7% that were quarantined. And understand that those students that were quarantined are most often not sick. Our staff was 0.3%. Only 4 staff were isolated as of October the 28th. Now we want to fast forward to Monday, November the 9th, and a disturbing trend is that we have seen in our community rates that have gone up. We have seen that in our school system as well. We have about 50 students that are isolated as of Monday, November the 9th. That's 0.8%. So you can see that we've risen 0.5% in a little more than a week. We have 669 students that are quarantined. That's more than 10% of our student population. So again, we are seeing a disturbing trend. Our staff numbers are still fairly consistent. We have about 10 staff isolated, 0.7% of it, of our staff population, 29 staff quarantined. I was asked if we were counting VIP students and our number. Those are our students that are learning virtually. When we have that information, we are counting it, but that information is limited. So we've added to our health report the number of students that are learning virtually, which is 744. And so about 0.9% of our students that are learning in person are isolated at this point. So again, that information is important to me. As a director, as I look and make decisions, as we make decisions as a team to whether or not we're going to go back to learning remotely, we look at that percentage. Again, still under 1% of our students, but in a pandemic, we take that 1% or less than 1% very seriously. We also look at the community rates from the Tennessee Department of Health. Again, showing that on your screen, there is a disturbing trend in our community going up. And we see the positivity rate going up. We see that there's a lot of things that are taking place in our community that are disturbing, related to the virus. Understand, we are still cleaning. We're still doing all the things that we've been doing since the beginning of school. But I want to caution our community and ask for your help. simply because if we continue on this current trajectory, we will have to move to remote learning simply to keep everyone safe. We cannot continue to move at this level in concern or in any kind of form or fashion toward doubling our numbers, which is what we've done over the last week. So I'm asking our community to take this seriously. I'm asking our students again for compliance and the things that we've been asking you to do, wearing masks, washing hands, staying distance as much as possible. But I'm also asking that from our community. This is a partnership. This is not on just Warren County community. It's not just on our school system. It's a partnership. If we want to continue school the way we have been, we have to work together to do this. So I'm asking you to take this seriously, to understand that we are taking it seriously. I welcome your input. I've had a number of folks that email and ask or call and ask questions. I'm happy to answer those. I'm doing this video to try to answer some of those questions for you. Please know that we are diligently monitoring this. Our health services staff, they are working overtime. They are working extremely hard to make sure that we're keeping our staff and our students safe. So with that being said, my last hope for this video is just to simply say, Warren County, we need everyone working together to stay safe. Our students need to be in school. They need to be learning. We know that the most effective environment is face-to-face, but at the end of the day, we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that everyone stays healthy. And if that means going remote learning, then that's what we'll do. But again, I think if we can work together and we can make sure that we spread apart and not attend big gatherings and do all the things that our healthcare providers are asking us to do, then we can stem this tide and continue a momentum forward for our school year. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you have questions, please reach out to me and we'll do the best we can to answer them. Thank you.